Hey, welcome to another video on Expected Value Lotto, where we look at U.S. scratch tickets and their expected values. And in this video, we're looking at the new Florida Lottery $2 double cash game. This is part of the August 2024 series of tickets that came out in Florida yesterday. This is a number match game, and there's a little twist to it. We've probably seen this type of ticket before, but you want to make sure you scratch the prize area on all of the all over the ticket, because if you can find three like prize amounts, that's another way to win. So don't forget to do that if you are playing this game. Now here on this page, we are looking at the prize structure and odds that the Florida Lottery put out on this game. Overall odds are 1 in 5.02, which are pretty long odds. But when you look at the prize structure, you find out why. The lowest amount you can win is $4. So if you win on this game, you know you're getting at least a double up. I kind of like that. I think we waste too much time getting these break-even wins. I would rather have a little bit longer odds and guarantee a double up when you win. I think that's a much better way to play. But anyways, you can win anywhere from $4 up to $50,000 on this game. Looking at the prize structure, yeah, I mean, this does stand out. I mean, you've got your top two prizes. The odds to hit that $50,000 prize are twice as long as they should be. It shouldn't be 1 in 2.3 million. It should be more like 1 in a million. And then the odds of hitting the $10,000 prize are also too long. I mean, 1 in 1.7 million. It's just too long to hit that $10,000 prize. Shouldn't be anywhere near that long. But the rest of the prize structure, nothing too crazy standing out. We do need to mention taxes on this game. So for any prize in Florida, for any prize over $5,000, they're automatically going to take out 24% in taxes. I don't view the tax money as part of the value of a game, and so that is going to affect how I view these top two prizes. So instead of what we see here on the screen, I'm going to view these as $7,600, and then the top prize as $38,000. So again, I mean, you always got to make sure that the wager you're making is worth the top prize at the odds that are being offered, and it's just not worth it. A $2 wager for $38,000 top prize at odds of 1 in 2.3 million, not worth it. So that would probably keep me from playing this game. But with those adjusted prize amounts, when you run the numbers on this game, you find out that the payout comes in between 67 and 68%. It's too low. We look for a minimum of 70% payout on every ticket we review on the channel. And the reason for that is because states can make plenty of money in that 70% range. And so for Florida to put out a $2 ticket at 67% payout is, it just shows how stingy they are. They're not really concerned about the customer. They just feel like you will buy whatever they put out. So my advice is don't buy it. Don't play that game. Don't let them give you, payouts that are lower than they should be. Be discerning when you play. Now, the other thing we do need to mention about the 67% payout is that it does include all of the top prizes and upper mid-tier prizes, which not a lot of people are going to be winning, which means very few people are going to see 67% payout on this game. And so what we want to know now is, what is the payout going to be for the average person with average luck who may not be winning the top prizes? And in order to figure that out, we're going to subtract out the value of the top 1% of prizes, recalculate, and see what that new payout number is going to be. So looking back here at the prize structure, the separation between the top 1% and bottom 99% of prizes happens here at the $30 prize level. So again, I don't recommend. I like the way that you're getting a double up if you win, guaranteed. But I wouldn't play it just because of that. I look at the overall payout. I would not play this game based on the payout. I don't recommend that you play this game either based on the payout, but we know people are going to be playing it, and those people who do, when they do win on it, they're going to expect to see a prize somewhere between $4 and $30. And I am noticing that over half of the prize structure is reserved for the top 1% of prizes. I don't really like to see that. I don't know why you would structure a game where most of the prizes are reserved for the top 1% of players. To me, that seems kind of ridiculous, but that's the way they did it. Also, at the $30 prize level, there's a split. It's about 98-2. So almost all, 98% of these $30 prizes fall here in the bottom of the prize structure where average folks are winning. The other 2% of these $30 prizes will join the rest of these prizes to make up the top 1% of prizes. Now, top 1% prizes are really difficult to hit. If you want to know the odds of hitting one, look at the overall odds, move that decimal point 2 spaces to the right, and you find out that only about 1 in every 502 tickets has a top 1% prize on it. What that means is that you are in $1,004 before you would expect to see even one of these top 1% prizes. Um, and yeah, I mean, that's important information to note if you are thinking about playing this game. Now, because so few people are going to be winning these top 1% prizes, we're going to take the value of all of these, subtract it from the payout number you saw before, and that's going to leave us with the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes, where 99% of people are going to be playing this game. And when we do that, we find out that the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes comes in between 57 and 58%. Again, this is too low. We look for a minimum of 60% payout for every ticket we review on the channel for the bottom 99% of prizes. And the reason for that is because, at least in my opinion, when you're down here in this 50% range, it just feels like you lose your money so fast that, to me, it's not fun to play. It's just frustrating. And so if you're not going to have fun and you're just going to be frustrated, what's the point of playing? And yeah, I'd feel like the Florida Lottery did not do its job on this ticket. So yeah, again, this is another reason why I would stay away from this one. Now, this screen is an important one for this ticket. Here, we're tracking the increases and decreases in Florida $2 tickets. You can see the data point for double cash all the way over here on the right. I actually had to adjust the y-axis on this chart so that it could go low enough to put this so that you could see the data point on here. That's ridiculous. I mean, you can see there was just a huge drop in value from the previous ticket to this one. And yeah, I mean, this is a shame that this happened. This is the Florida Lottery has this gimmick where they're when you win, you're guaranteed to double up. But the overall payout of this game is just so much lower than any other $2 ticket we've seen come out of Florida. So this is one you definitely want to stay away from. You do not want to buy this ticket and show that approval to the Florida Lottery. This is a time when you want to shun this ticket and really let the Florida Lottery know in whatever way you can that this is not okay, because they pulled out a lot of value back in January from the $2 tickets, and now they're doing it again. 6 or 7 months later. It's ridiculous. Like, look at where you were back, last fall, and where we are now. It's a huge drop, and so I hate to see that. But that's what they decided to do this time. Now, if you are playing $2 tickets in Florida, I don't recommend it. I mean, none of these break the 70% minimum payout that we look for, so I don't recommend this category in Florida. The payouts are just too low. But if you are playing $2 tickets, if you're looking at overall value, Aces and Eights has the highest payout that we've seen come out of Florida for a $2 ticket. If you are playing for odds, win, 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 and Aces and Eights have the best odds. If you are a more conservative player and like to hold onto as much of your money as possible, Fast 200s has the most money at the bottom of the prize structure for average folks. And then if you are more of a high roller and like to win a little bit more money, when you are lucky enough to hit in the top 1%, $50,000 a year for life has the most money at the top. And then we are keeping track of top prizes over here as well. Now, here on this page, we are ranking Florida $2 tickets based on overall payout. And yeah, 67.45 in 14th place here, and it's not even close to the 13th place ticket. So it's ridiculous how much value they took out of this game. So definitely stay away from this one. And then here's another huge problem I have with this ticket. On this list where we are ranking based on that bottom 99% payout, Double Cash is in 4th place. And so what this means is the Florida Lottery pulled out a bunch of value from the ticket overall, but they bumped up the value at the bottom of the prize structure for average folks. So this is a really deceitful move. Florida Lottery is, shame on them. I mean, they're trying to trick people into thinking that this is a good ticket. Because for 99% of people who play it, it's going to feel like an okay ticket. It's going to be, pretty much on target where other $2 tickets are. But really, it's the people at the top, the lucky 1%, who are not getting what they should get out of this ticket. And so, again, it's just a really deceitful move. That's one of the things that this channel is good for is kind of exposing when states do that. But you definitely don't want to play a ticket if there's not enough at the top to play for, and that's definitely the case in this for this ticket. Now here on this page, we get to compare $2 tickets across states. Top 35 $2 tickets from the 6 states we're looking at are on the screen here. 67.45, not good enough to make the top 35 list. It's a couple points off the list actually. But what we do see a couple Florida tickets here. So what this means is that Florida is, competitive when it comes to Texas, New York, California, but then when it comes to Georgia and Massachusetts, not competitive. And so you've got better $2 tickets coming out in other states. But we really want to look up here at the top of the list. We've had a couple of good $2 tickets come out of Georgia. The best one had a 75% payout, and we have to ask the question, if Georgia can put out a $2 ticket at 75% payout and make plenty of money doing it, then why in the world is Florida putting out $2 tickets at 67% payout? That is over 7.5 percentage points less than what Georgia did with this Fast 20s ticket. And that's a lot of money when you think about how many tickets make up just one scratch game. One scratch game can easily be made up of 10 million tickets. Multiply that by the $2 price tag, and that's $20 million wrapped up in just one scratch game. 7.5% of 20 million is $1.5 million that the Georgia Lottery put into the hands of its players on this Fast 20s game that the Florida Lottery is basically stealing from its players. And I say stealing because they don't reveal the payouts of the tickets. And so you basically have to, unless you're watching this video, you're playing in the dark. You play blind. And I don't like to see scratch players get taken advantage of, but the Florida Lottery is completely doing that with this new $2 ticket. Now here on this page, we're comparing across states based on the bottom 99% payout. 57.52, not good enough to make this list. It's off the list by a little bit. But you can see where some of the better $2 tickets with, more that are friendlier to average folks, where their values are. Now here on this page, this is to give a little bit more context as to how low the value is on this ticket. The lowly $1 ticket in Massachusetts regularly comes out at 69% payout. That's like 2.5 percentage points more than what you're getting from Double Cash in Florida, the more expensive $2 ticket. And this is backwards. You should never have a more expensive ticket with less payout than a cheaper ticket, even if it is from another state. Florida Lottery needs to take a look at this, probably need to be a little bit embarrassed by it. And make sure their $2 tickets have at least 70% payout at the very minimum. Now here on this page are the top 36 tickets we've reviewed on the channel so far. There are no $2 tickets here. I'm sure there never will be. So you can pause that and look at it if you would like. And then here on this page are the friendliest tickets based on the bottom 99% payout of tickets. There is a $2 ticket here, that Fast 20s out of Georgia, competing with $50 and $100 tickets around it. And so, it's totally possible for a low boy ticket to compete with these higher price tickets if the overall payout's good enough and if the prize structure is done in a certain way. But that's about it for the Florida Lottery $2 double cash ticket. I like that the minimum you're going to do if you win is double up like that. But that's the only thing I like about this ticket. The payout's way too low. The bottom 99% payout is too low. The Florida Lottery just took a crazy amount of value out of this ticket that we normally would see in $2 tickets in Florida. So this is a scam ticket. I also don't like the deceit where they lowered the payout, but they made it seem friendly to the average player. This is not a good ticket. There's so many things wrong with this. So anyways, I would not play this. I don't recommend that you play it. Hopefully, it'll stay on the shelf for a while and Florida Lottery can reconsider its decisions that it's making. But anyways, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.